We are in the golden age of dominant quarterback-wide receiver duos in the NFL. During the 80s, it was mainly Joe Montana and Jerry Rice who were shredding defenses. In the 90s, it was usually Jim Kelly and Andre Reed in Buffalo, plus Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin for the Dallas Cowboys. Not many beyond those duos, though. But lately, we've seen a great amount of quarterbacks and receivers terrorize defenses. But who is the best of the best? I'm Justin Fraction, and today we dive into the NFL's 10 best quarterback-receiver duos right now. And a big shout out to King Khaled for suggesting this list. We do hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, feel free to click subscribe down below for more cool videos every single day. Number 10, Carson Palmer and Larry Fitzgerald. Palmer joined the Arizona Cardinals in 2013, giving Fitz his first legitimate quarterback since Kurt Warner 4 years earlier. That was a forgettable year for both, and Palmer was held to just 6 games in 2014. But then things took off in 2015. Fitzgerald caught a career-best 109 balls for 1,215 yards and 9 touchdowns. As the Cardinals reached the NFC Championship, they had another excellent campaign in 2016, as Fitz racked up 107 catches for 1,023 yards and 6 touchdowns. Number 9, Ryan Tannehill and Jarvis Landry. These two united in 2014 with Landry catching 84 passes for 758 yards and 5 touchdowns. Tannehill made Landry an even better receiver in 2015, as the latter caught 110 passes for 1,157 yards and 4 touchdowns. Though Tannehill missed the final 3 games of 2016, Landry still managed 79 catches for 923 yards and a pair of touchdowns through his 13 games with the Dolphins starter. We feel the best hasn't even come yet for these two. Number 8, Jameis Winston and Mike Evans. It doesn't seem that long ago when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers owned the first pick in 2015. Winston and Evans have restored relevancy aboard the Buccaneers' pirate ship. In their first year together during the 2015 season, Evans caught 74 passes for 1,206 yards and 3 touchdowns, with Winston winning the Pepsi Rookie of the Year award. Evans did even better in 2016, finishing 4th in receiving with 1,321 yards on 96 catches. Evans' 12 touchdown receptions only trailed Jordy Nelson's 14. Number 7, Tom Brady and Julian Edelman. When Wes Welker moved from the New England Patriots to the Denver Broncos for the 2013 season, the question on every Pats fan's mind was who would take over as Brady's reliable short-yardage receiver. The answer? Julian Edelman. In his first year as Brady's go-to guy, Edelman led the team with 105 receptions for 1,056 yards and 6 touchdowns. He followed that performance up with 92 catches in 14 games in 2014 and 61 catches in just 9 games in 2015. Then in 2016, Brady and Edelman hooked up for 98 catches and 1,106 yards, while leading the team to a Super Bowl title. Perhaps the only thing keeping these two from placing higher on this list is their lack of connections on deep balls. Number 6, Eli Manning and Odell Beckham Jr. Beckham missed 4 games in his rookie 2014 season, but that didn't stop him from being really freaking good. He caught 91 passes for 1,305 yards and 12 touchdowns from Eli Manning, helping the latter rebound from a disastrous 2013 season. Manning then completed 96 passes to Beckham for 1,450 yards and 13 touchdowns in 2015, placing the latter 5th in receiving. Oh, but 2016 was another great year. Beckham caught 101 passes for 1,367 yards and 10 touchdowns. Only Antonio Brown had more catches that season. Number 5, Andrew Luck and T.Y. Hilton. These two helped take the Indianapolis Colts to the playoffs in 2012, 13, and 14, after the team won just 2 games in 2011. Hilton has since emerged as one of the NFL's top receivers. In their first 3 years together, Hilton has 214 total catches for 3,289 yards and 19 touchdowns. Luck missed 9 games in 2015 with a kidney injury, yet Hilton managed 69 catches for 1,124 yards and 5 touchdowns. And who led the NFL in receiving during the 2016 season? Hilton, with 1,448 yards on 91 catches for 6 touchdowns. Number 4, Andy Dalton and A.J. Green. These two began their NFL careers together in 2011 and took the Cincinnati Bengals to the playoffs that year. In Green's first 5 NFL seasons, he easily surpassed the 1,000-yard receiving mark. 2013 was undoubtedly Green's best year, finishing with 98 catches for 1,426 yards and 11 touchdowns. It was the second straight season of over 1,300 yards and 11 scores for Green. Dalton and Green would have made it 6 straight years of 1,000 yards if the latter didn't miss the final 6 games in 2016. Nonetheless, these two have been among the most consistent duos over their years together. Number 3, Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson. The first 3 years together were slow for these guys, as Nelson had 6 touchdowns and no more than 582 yards in a season from 2008 to 10. And then 2011 arrived. Rodgers won the league MVP thanks to Nelson's breakout season. The latter caught 96 passes for 1,263 yards and 15 touchdowns. 2012 was an off year for Jordy after missing 4 games. Rodgers also missed 7 games in 2013, but Nelson had 7 TDs and 877 yards in 9 games with A-Rod. And in 2014, Nelson caught 98 passes for 1,519 yards and 13 touchdowns. Then a torn ACL forced him to miss all of 2015. All Nelson did upon his return in 2016 was lead the league in touchdown receptions with a 14 on 97 catches and 1,257 yards. Number 2, Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown. Brown was drafted 195th overall in 2010, but has since gone on to become a dynamic receiver. He hit the 1,000-yard mark in 2011 and 2013. It was 2014 where Big Ben and AB totally took off, though. Brown led the NFL in catches and receiving yards with 129 and 1,698 respectively, along with 13 touchdowns. He then finished second in receiving with 1,834 yards on 136 catches with 10 touchdowns. And in 2016, Brown caught 106 passes for 1,284 yards and 12 touchdowns. If only they started earlier, they maybe could have gone on to break all of the QB receiver records. Nonetheless, no duo has been tougher to stop in recent years. And number 1, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. Ryan isn't the league's best quarterback, but he has made Jones the NFL's best wide receiver. Jones put the NFL on notice in his sophomore season in 2012, catching 79 passes for 1,198 yards and 10 touchdowns. He played just 5 games in 2013, but came back in 2014 with 104 catches for 1,593 yards and 6 touchdowns. Despite missing 2 games in 2014, Jones finished second in receiving with 1,409 yards on 83 catches while adding 6 touchdowns, and he led the NFL in 2015 with 136 catches and 1,871 yards to go along with 8 touchdown receptions. There is simply no combination like these two. Ryan reads Jones like a book and could find him if he was a needle in a haystack. They could go down as the best of all time when all is said and done. Who are some of the other great quarterback receiving duos in the NFL right now? Join us in the comments below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.